Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Knitting Forecast, episode 9. So, welcome back. I am Sarah, and this is the Knitting Forecast podcast. And the reason I'm introducing it like this with the full title, full name, is because I've had a flurry of lovely new subscribers. So, hello to everyone. Thanks for joining me. It's been quite exciting having some new subscribers. Every time I checked, there'd be another couple. And to be honest, everyone just really loved the fishy sweater. What can I say? It brought you to me, and I'm so glad that you're here. Um, yeah, and thanks for all the lovely comments about it. I had a lovely time reading. I think I managed to get back to everyone. So thank you and welcome. And another reason that people have headed over my way is because I had the most lovely mention from Becky of A Hand Knit Letter, who I will tag below and on screen. She said some lovely things about me, so thank you so much, Becky. And Becky is a brilliant knitting. Does she do other crafts? I'm not sure. Anyway, she's got a great channel. Definitely head over and watch. She has got a dry sense of humour, which is perfect for me. I've gone back and watched quite a few of her episodes, and I think you all should as well. Um, cozy viewing. Definitely go and have a look. So thank you again, Becky. So should we get into it? Oh, first of all, what am I wearing? And why am I wearing it? Because it is day one of probably a heat wave here in the UK. I learned that it gets to a heat wave. It's classified as a heat wave when it gets to 28 degrees for degrees C, that is, for a certain amount of days. And today we think is day one, and I'm wearing this, which is, you can't really tell it's a summer knit, but it is. But I shouldn't have sleeves really. It's not the weather for it, but I wanted to wear it again for today. It is the Farnham tee, which I adapted to be a Farnham sweater. Links below as usual. Knitted in Drop Spell, which is a cotton, linen, and something else. And I really love it. I didn't do decreases on the sleeves. It's got a nice airy kind of drape to it because I went up half needle size. Would recommend this pattern. Could be a summer or winter. Started already, guys. Anyway, got a few things to show, so let's get on with it. Do you remember? I got some I think I called them like obnoxiously large zips, clown zips. It'd be in the last episode. I think I got them from the Hobie website, and I was like, "What am I going to do with these?" Figured out something to do with these, and I need to put my notepad down and this is it. This wasn't even thought of by the last episode. I made it over a weekend, and here we are. What do you think? Here's the obnoxious zip. So I've just made myself a little project bag, or a big project bag, a chunky one. I had the green yarn already. I think I got that yarn. Have got the labels inside. So the green is Sheepsies or Sheep Jazz River Washed XL. And I got this in a goodie bag once from Black Sheep Wool, Black Sheep Yarns, Black Sheep Wool, my local yarn store. Do you know, there might have been a bit of footage actually because I went the other day. And they had an event, if you spent over, it wasn't much, it was like if you spent £30, you got a goodie bag, and I got one day, and that was in it. Just the one ball. And I was like, what? I like how bright it is. It's not really something I'd wear. What am I going to do with it? And it's definitely been over a year I've had it. And I finally put it next to the pink and thought, wow, that's quite something. I'm going to do something with this. So I popped back, and we're going into acquisitions already. Popped back, they don't actually sell the River Washed XL anymore, but a pretty good equivalent is the Stone Washed XL. Come on, focus. There we go. Stone Washed XL. So the pink and the off-white are both stone washed shades. So I picked those up, got my sewing machine out, which I was quite excited about. And can you guess what the lining is? 10 points if you get it. It's a tea towel. I know, I know. Had a roll of IKEA tea towels, and they're so thin, like they're not good enough for me, basically. And so I thought, I've never used most of these. I'm going to use them as fabric. So I picked one with the green on, and I just sewed it. I just had a great time, to be honest, trying to figure out how to get around to zip. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done some tricky sewing, but the lining, I'm so chuffed with it. It's quite neat if I do say so. Feel like I've done a decent job. So I did that first, and then I got to doing the granny square. I used a 5mm hook, as recommended on the label of the yarn. And I made one, kept measuring it against the zip. Then I made the other side, ran out of yarn. So the other side is a bit different, not drastic. It's fine. Doesn't have the double pink. Instead, we've got extra cream, which is fine. I don't mind that, but it just goes to show how a 50-gram ball of Aran weight does not go far in crochet at all. At all. I really thought I had enough. But yeah, just a lovely little make. I made it over the weekend just gone. Just like happy colours, a bit of dopamine crochet. What is wrong with that? Maybe not something I would wear, but for a project, I could get a little sock project, something small, something with like one ball, two balls. I could get that in here, and I've used the funny zip. So I've ticked all the boxes of a successful project. I didn't intend to actually do double rounds, double green, double pink. I was watching, and here's my second YouTube shoot out. No, definitely not. Shout out of the day is Morning Coffee Studios. We follow each other on Instagram. Go and watch. I have gone back right up to her Christmas episodes. I love watching what people make as gifts for Christmas. And she was making a is it called a balaclava? Like a thick, and then a hood. I think it's a balaclava anyway. And she started with just doing one round of black, one round of white, and then actually scrapped the whole project and did double rounds. And it just looked, you'd be surprised how different it looks actually. So I thought, I'm going to try that for a more dramatic. Just does it look neater maybe as well? Anyway, it's done. It was a quickie. Definitely have a go if you've got a spare old zip floating around and some balls of yarn that you don't quite know what to do with. So there we go. Finished off project number 1. Let's get to number 2. So second FO is my November socks. I think I had one finished or almost finished last episode. let's put them on blockers, So anyway, I think you've seen one before, and we now have two. So the main colour here is the Sheepseas Metropolis in the Cotta colour, which is shade 024. Hard to tell, but it has it's got a lilac undertone. So it's oatmeal with like a little bit of lilac twisted through, which is just beautiful. I've knitted these in a size large. They are the November pattern for Summerlee's Colourwear Cuff Club. Had a great time. I added the toe detail myself. That wasn't part of the pattern. So I've knitted them in a large, and if you remember me saying last time, I don't think I'd do a large foot again. I'm quite happy with the slouchy sock up here, but not down here, because I feel like if I wore them with shoes, I'd be sliding around in my shoes. But I did block one of these because it was just a lovely day and I fancied doing it. And I can't believe the difference of how they feel. Um, Luxurious when it's been blocked. Definitely use this yarn for a sock if you have access to it. Already very soft unblocked, but then just comparing the two of them together, so nice once it's been blocked. The colour work detail, however, is the drops Nord, like a dark orangey rusty colour. And I'm so happy with these. So I haven't sewed in the ends. I literally cast off the toe last night of the second sock. I'll try and get a bit of footage with them on my feet, but we are in a heat wave, so maybe a bit of leeway needed on that. I'm very happy with these, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more colourwork socks of hers very soon. So my last FO is a project that you actually won't have seen for, gosh, a good few months. I always have a bit of car knitting on the go. Does anyone else just have a little pouch of like a sock or something on the go for when we have to spend a bit too much time in the car? So I usually have a pair of socks on the go, and this time, and to be honest, I feel like it's taken me all this year so far, I have had a pair on the go for my little boy. And here we are. They are like a magic twist sock pattern, so no heel necessary. So you can, growing feet can grow with the socks, which is quite useful. This is a West Yorkshire Spinners colourway. Don't know the name. Something rainbowy, probably. Delightful anyway. They don't look much when they're not on a blocker or on a foot. Um, I mean, look at that. They don't look much at all. But the pattern's so easy. Feel like it's a free pattern on Ravelry, which I'll link below. I've knitted a few pairs before, some for myself. Actually, they're really good for a DK sock as well. So don't feel limited. I just also reduced the number to 50 something instead of 60 something for his feet, because obviously he's only 9. He loves rainbows. Obviously, he picked this yarn himself. Again, we'll try and get a photo on his feet, but he actually hasn't seen these finished, so I'm sure he'll be quite excited. He didn't want them to properly match, so we've got one. I've only got one blocker, one with the green bit on the toe, and then one with pinky purple toe. So there we go. I finally finished them. It's probably taken me 7 months, 6 or 7 months. So there. We are on to whips now, and I've not got a lot going on because I finished those November socks last night. I have actually cast on with what was a new acquisition in the last episode. these summer sock yarn from Hobie. We got these in the sale. They had a summer sale, which unfortunately is over now. But this came as £2 something a ball, like £2.24 or something weird. And yes, I've started it. And it's so nice. I'm so glad that I got two different colorways. Because I'll definitely want more than one pair. Haven't really been wearing many hand knit socks because of the weather. Would wear these though. Again, they're a cotton and polyamide blend. But the colourway, delightful. Wasn't sure how it would knit up. I really love how much of the mustard yellow's in it. And I love dark green. And yeah, I can't complain about this at all. I'm just going for a ribbed sock pattern, which is quite tried and tested here. With me, most of my favourite socks are a ribbed sock. I've had questions about why I knit on this many little needles, and it's really just my preferred method of the magic loop. So instead of like trying to move everything around all the time, I just work on two really short circular needles. It's just my way. I don't know who showed it to me. It may have been a long time ago when I used to go to a Liverpool knitting club and I really wanted to learn how to knit socks. I think someone must have been doing it there and taught me the what I call the very wise way. Um, but I wish you could feel how soft this is. And it's got some stretch. I wouldn't say it is as elastic as a sock with proper wool in it, but I'm happy nonetheless. I mean, do you know what? I just remembered I can put these in the washing machine as well. I'm pretty sure you can wash them at 30 or 40, and that's definitely an advantage, isn't it? So I'm going to try and whiz away on these, um, so I can actually wear them while it's summer, because it's summer now and I've got no knitted socks to wear. So I've got two balls of this and two balls in the more of a greeny brown Zelda colours, and I want to get both pairs done because the way the seasons work now, I could be wearing them till like October, couldn't I? So let's crack on. I say, let's crack on. My next whip, I'm just going to get the balls actually. Did you watch my episode of the Cumbrian Wool Gathering? If you did, you will recognise this lovely collection of yarn. And I have intentions and have now started, oh, so nice, to make granny square tank top. Can anyone juggle? Because this would be so perfect right now, but I can't. Here we go anyway. I can't hold everything, can't hold everything. Made a start. So they are 4-ply sock yarn, and I have alternated on each square so far. The squares might not necessarily stay so small because when you hold them on the body, I'm going to have to make a lot of squares. I might do another 2 or 3 rounds on each square and just have bigger squares. But I've started each round's different colour. I'm just gone on for 6 rounds. This one's my favourite because it ends in this gorgeous, more of a teal. Gosh, just beautiful, just beautiful. So the colours are, we have got Rosie's Moments. That's this colourway. We have got Under the Olive Tree. Folded this one a bit weird, hang on. Under the Olive Tree. And we've got the Attic Spin Die. Lovely. So yes, I've used 3mm crochet hook. Um, this might take me a while, you know. So I think 6 squares and then smaller squares, but all joined as you go with what will be an acquisition, which I'll show you now. So when I went to Black Sheep the other day, I took the squares with me. I know, so clever, so clever. Took the squares with me to find one I could do as a join. So my good old faithful Sheepsies Metropolis again. This colour is Karachi 016. And it's a tealy green, blue, definitely a bluey green. But I just thought it would be great as just for the join as you go method. How am I doing this, Sarah? Come on. Come on, sort yourself out. How should I show? There, don't we think they'd look nice? Can't definitely matches this one really well, in my opinion. So that'll be the join for all of it. I did only get one ball, gonna see how far it gets me. But it's pretty consistent in that shop. I just know I can go and pick up another ball if needed. So that's my plan. I'm not following any pattern. I'm winging it basically. Some people would call it self-drafted. I'm calling it winging it. We make a load of squares, we try it on, we fix it if necessary. But I'm just thinking, do some squares, do some smaller squares, do a few rounds so it looks good and wear it. That's what I'm going for. Let's see if it happens. Okay, on to acquisitions. All yarn based. I have been thinking about Christmas. I've got something in my eye. I've been thinking about Christmas, and I'm sorry to mention the C word, as it is only the beginning of July, but some of us have got to get ourselves together and plan. So I've been thinking about Christmas and who I think would really appreciate some handmade gifts. And I don't want to be giving pointless gifts or just decorative gifts. There will be some decorative. I like practical, I like useful. This is going to sound really boring now, but I'm thinking dishcloths. How do we feel about a knitted dishcloth? I have some that are the only dishcloths I use because you can throw them in the washing machine. They're quite hard wearing. They were gifted to me, so I haven't knit any before. So while I was at Black Sheep wool the other day, I decided to look for cotton to do some dishcloths. Now I know that most people have that go-to. Is it sugar and cream, peaches and cream, both? Um, I've never seen that. I've never found it in a shop to have a squidge. So I haven't ordered any because I don't know what it's like. But I know a lot of people use it. But what I did find was James Seabrett Cotton Waves DK. So it's 100% cotton, and this is shade VW09, but it's very soft. I'm wondering if it's actually too soft. I don't know how it's so soft compared to most of the cotton I've felt before, but anyway, it definitely is 100%. I really liked the colours. I thought it looked nice in most people's kitchens, and it's a hell of a cake. I feel like I'd get a few out of it. I also saw this yarn, which the colours just thought were very yummy. And this one is Rico Rumi Spin Spin. So another DK 100% cotton, bit more of a tougher, hardy cotton. Feel like it's going to hold up better, to be honest, as a dishcloth, but we'll go with this. And I think if I knit them and then I give them a wash, it might kind of toughen it up a bit. But anyway, this one says it's 50 grams and it's so small compared to this one. So how they're both the same materials, I do not know. But I love the colours of this. Both reasonably priced, and this one had loads of like little cake displays of colours. But I thought I'd just try one for now because I did a little tally, and I think if I'm going to give people 2 dishcloths each, I think I need to knit 12, which seems a lot. So I need to get started. Could be my car project for now, I thought. So then I started looking at patterns after I'd bought the yarn. Should have looked at patterns before I bought the yarn, because most dishcloth patterns are in Aran weight. It didn't occur to me. Don't know why I assumed it would be DK. So going to take me a bit longer than your average dishcloth. And the patterns, gosh, I need recommendations for like basic but not boring. I don't want to be doing anything wild. I don't want to have to do edgings. I just want, there's a nice dishcloth. Happy Christmas. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Swim ahead. There's going to be some, I think we call it moss stitch here in the UK. Do you call it seed stitch elsewhere? No, I've got some Aussies watching. What do you guys call it? But that will kind of give it a texture that can like give a good scrub. Do you know what? If you didn't know what I was talking about now, you could go in all sorts of directions. Yeah, so I thought a moss stitch / seed stitch gives a good texture for getting grime off a plate. So that's what I'm going to start with. And I'm just going to cast on a few on a size 4mm probably. 3.5, 4mm, something like that, and just have a go. And if it doesn't look good, I'll undo it. But I don't want fancy. But I don't want to get bored, because if I've got 12 to knit, I'm going to need a few different ideas. So if anyone's got any ideas, I would appreciate some little links or names of dishcloths that I can look up and have a go. And I suppose if it's an Aran weight, I could just cast on another repeat or two and go for it. So don't hold back, hit me up with the dishcloth. Is this the most boring conversation we've had? Is this middle-aged life? Sorry, everyone. Do you want to see what else I've found? So you've seen my acquisitions. It was the Aran weight for the bag. It was the Sheepsheads Metropolis for the tank top. And it was these. But then I went charity shop shopping at the weekend too. And I found for £3.99 a yarn bowl with lid. I feel like we never see a lid. I'm so glad about the lid. I do have one yarn bowl, but it doesn't have this. I'm not pointing at it, am I? Doesn't have the twisty bit on. So I don't know if it's technically a yarn bowl, but I use it as one. It's just got some holes in. But you know when you've got cats and you're knitting and the ball's going everywhere, that they won't be able to get it if it's got a lid. I'm so pleased. £3.99. It does still, I haven't washed it. It does need a good wash, and I'm not fussed on the colour. So I don't know what I'll do, whether I'll can't paint it because it's got a lovely finish on. I think paint would flake off, but maybe some stickers. Maybe I could use my ever so precious stickers that have never been, nothing's ever been good enough for my stickers. I'm one of those weird kids who hoarded their stickers and never ever put them on anything. That's me. But knitting stickers on this, I think, would I'd probably keep this forever. I must go and give it a good wash today, actually. But £3.99 for knitting ball with lid. Yarn ball, sorry. I don't mean to be craft specific. Someone save me. Brilliant purchase. I did a little squeal in the corner of the charity shop, and someone was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh, yes, I'm fine. I've just seen a yarn ball with a lid." And they'd had no idea what a yarn ball was. So I've educated people and I've got myself a treat. I even thought you could use this bit of cup of tea on while you're knitting. Maybe not the most sensible idea, but anyway, I'm so pleased. So pleased. Look. And I think that's everything for today's show. Um, Again, thank you if you've stuck with me to the end and you've listened to me ramble about dishcloths. Absolute rubbish. I'm sorry, but that's what's happening for Christmas. So please do give me your suggestions. Say hello if you're new. I love to know where you are in the world. I'll just let you know again that I am obviously from Liverpool. If you're from the UK, I'm sure you can tell this accent. But living in Cheshire now, um, though I work over in Liverpool, so I'm still very Scouse. I'd love to know where you're from, whereabouts in the world are you? I've seen comments from Portugal, which is a special place to us. It's our favourite holiday destination. Um, Australia, hi guys. I've been to Australia. I've got family there, so lucky enough to have been to Queensland a couple of times, and it is beautiful there. Though I haven't been as an adult, so like, what's the yarn situation there? Let me know, because if we go and visit family again, priorities are the wool shops, obviously. Let me know what that's like. So yes, thanks again for watching. I'll put some footage in of what I've been up to, where we've been, and my cats as usual. And thank you so much, and I'll catch you next time.